I mean, so this is something I've like when we do like the involvement fest.
Yeah.
When we do like the club and we have to convince people. All I say,
give us the pitch.
yeah, every time I just say like, all you have to do is show up and we'll take care of the rest.
Wow.
That's pretty much it.
Curry.
I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, we have the food, we have the snacks, we have the companies, we have the workshops. We have the space. So all you have to do is just show up, and then you'll have, I think, a good time at the end of the day, and you'll learn something.
This is UMBC Careers Unleashed, where we unleash stories, insights, and expertise to support you on your career journey. Let's dive in.
Hi, welcome back to the UMBC Careers Unleashed podcast. I'm your host, one of your main hosts, Isaiah Dunn, and I'm here with someone new today.
Hi, my name is Izzy. I'm co-hosting today. Normally I'm on the other side of the camera and I'm your social media intern, but I'm going to be helping Isaiah out today.
Yeah, and today we have a guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I can introduce myself. Hi, I'm Bella. I am a current junior here at UMBC, computer science major. I also have a math minor, Russian certificate, and I am also the president of UMBC.
Shout out to UMBC.
Yes.
Shout out to Russian certificates. We don't get a lot of those on this campus anymore, you know?
True.
Yeah, it's a very small department. Like everybody knows everybody in the Russian department, and there's only like 2 professors, so you kind of
That's awesome.
get close to them.
But you get like a lot of like localized support, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'd say so. And I mean, we have, like a lot of people are international students as well, so we have a lot of like, mix of like native speakers and also people just wanting to learn Russian. So
Right.
It's a pretty interesting department in itself. Yeah.
Right. Well, today we're here talking about you, and we're here talking about UMBC and how like the skills you get from leading a club like UMBC and the skills you get from doing things like hackathons translate into careers and like work experience. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about like you and your work experience. Could you tell us more about where this whole thing started for you?
Okay. It's a bit of a long story, but so when I came to UMBC, I actually had no idea what a hackathon was, idea what UMBC was. So, first time for everything. And I guess I decided to go to, UMBC in 2023 when I was like a freshman, because, I mean, I knew the president from CWIT, as we were both CWIT scholars. Yes, shout out CWIT.
Shout out CWIT.
So I went to the hackathon there, and I was like, okay, I'm going to participate. But there was also, she kind of dragged me into volunteering as well because they needed people to help out with like, giving out food, checking people in. So I did a bit of both. So I like tried to do a project, and then I also volunteered. And then I found myself like really enjoying the volunteering aspect, like working, in the back end of the event.
Back end.
Like, just like helping set things up and like running things all from behind the scenes that, I found myself wanting to join and be an organizer.
Right.
So, I mean, the interview was pretty easy because it was with the president, which I already knew. Yeah, there's a whole interview process, and I became an organizer. And then it turns out they had a few leadership positions open, and they were like, here you go.
Yeah.
We need people to be leaders. So I became a leader, and then I became president of UMBC.
That's
after
awesome. Dude, I love when things like come together like that, don't you? Like when you just start out like, oh, this is just gonna be like a little thing for me, and then next thing you know, you're the president of the club, and you're walking out with so much experience. Could you tell us like a little bit more about like what experiences you've gained from doing UMBC?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely learned a lot of like time management with UMBC. Leading an organization. We're actually a bit of a unique organization in the sense that we don't do like regular meetings with like members of the club. We actually like run as like an organizer team.
Wow, okay.
So yeah, I basically manage like a team of like 25 people.
Whoa.
Who are organizers, all students. And we have like different teams, like a design team, a sponsorship team, a marketing team, and a tech team, and they all, work on different aspects to put together like our events for both, the fall and the spring. So I manage all of that, and I have to learn a lot of like time management because, like you're managing all these people at once. You have to have
Yeah.
so many meetings.
Oh my
So you have to
gosh.
like figure out like, okay, how much time am I going to dedicate to, like,
I didn't know it got
running.
that serious.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a different club at
Yeah.
UMBC, which is, I mean, we still have like members. We just don't do like those general body meetings
Yeah,
that
exactly.
other clubs do, just because like we're more focused on hosting like large scale events.
Right.
So, and that brings like another skill is like communication. Like I feel like I've learned a lot about like how to properly communicate with people through HackUMBC, because like you have to tell people like, oh, this is what we need to get done for the hackathon. You have to give feedback. I mean, we're all working together, but we have some pretty important tasks,
Right.
like, like releasing registration, promoting it, and you have to give feedback on certain aspects. So like learning how to like properly give feedback and also like receive feedback is a
Right.
huge thing that I've learned as part of like HackUMBC. And also the communication aspect comes from like running the whole hackathon and like having to speak to hundreds of people at the hackathon.
Yes.
So definitely communication and time management, I'd say I've like learned a lot
Wow.
about through HackUMBC.
That's a lot. I'm hearing like so many different transferable skills just from like from you right now. Also, I'm learning a lot about HackUMBC as like an org.
As an organization, oh my gosh, yes.
Okay, like for background for the audience, for me, when like as a student, I've always seen like HackUMBC like branding like ever since I was a freshman. So like to me, you guys have been like kind of like a
Omnipresent.
an omnipresent like force on campus that like silently
Yeah.
moves and like does things. But like I've never like deeped it or like really like gotten into it because like I'm a political science major.
Yeah.
You know, like that's not like my realm. But I guess like that's what we wanted to talk to you about today, too.
Like, I mean, I guess one question that I have for you is like, what do you enjoy most about just the actual act of being in the hackathon?
I think it's honestly like the ability to kind of like create anything, and like from an organized perspective, like to see people create and like innovate and collaborate with each other in like such a short amount of time, and like being able to go to the event and then like leave with like at least learning something and like growing as an individual. I think that's kind of the best part. It's just like being able to see like visible growth and know that you're creating, that growth and like that space for growth for people at a hackathon. I think is, the best part. Like you spend like months planning. Like we start in like December and the hackathon's in like September. So that's like 10 months of planning that we do.
Wow.
And then, it all just comes together in like a 24-hour period. And then afterwards you're like, well, it's over. But,
Best all-nighter ever.
yeah. But, you just get to see people, come into the hackathon with all different types of experiences, like first time people who've been like to maybe 10 hackathons before. And, at the end of the day, they all just come out with like learning something, whether that's like a new skill, whether that's like with learning about new people. We have companies come out to the hackathon. So whether that's, learning about internship opportunities, learning if they like developing a website more than they do with like coding on the back end. Like
Right.
they want to be front end more than back end developer.
It teaches people.
Yeah, it teaches people. So I think that's the best part.
It's reminding me a lot of like Santa's elves, where like you get to bring joy to like children across the world, and it always is happening.
yeah.
The constant joy factory is always going on. I think we need to rewind just a little bit. Like, what is a hackathon for those who might not know, right? Like, because we were doing research for this episode. And it's hard to like find like info. It's like kind of like if you know,
Yeah.
Like
For sure.
It's kind of like it is. It's like it is sort of like a gated community. Like you have to go to, you have to go to a hackathon in order to know
Like, really
what it
understand.
actually. Yeah.
Right.
But I would say typically it's 24 hours, although you can have it be 36 hours for some colleges. But a hackathon is a very short, lived experience. Like 24 hours where participants have the opportunity to create like a project of like any sort of like theme or on like a specific track. That's more, it's usually software focused. It can also be like hardware focused, but they spend 24 hours building that project. And then at the end of the 24 hours, they present that project to judges, usually in the form of like a science fair. And then they potentially win some prizes, at the
Ooh,
end of
okay.
those, at the end of the
I love a
hackathon.
prize.
Yeah, and the prizes are pretty good.
Yeah.
I participated in the hackathon in my freshman year, and I didn't get the chance to see it all the way through, but my team won on the Adobe track for the Adobe plugin, and we all won, what are they called? Drawing, like the drawing pads, drawing tablets.
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
actually?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like some pretty legit prizes.
Okay,
It's pretty
okay.
cool.
Yeah.
So wait, I'm hearing like a lot of like software stuff and a lot of like maybe like having to like code something or something like
Yeah.
that. Is there a place for maybe like humanities people to get in there too, or like
Oh yeah, definitely.
is it just like STEM focused? Like what would you say?
I mean, no, there's definitely a place for humanities because kind of what I mentioned before is like you can create a project in about anything. And I think as, we move into a space that's becoming much more tech focused, I think it's very important for even like humanities focused people to like understand, like tech and understand maybe how to develop a project. And that can be humanities focused. I mean, we have tracks that are more focused towards aspects that are not just like software focused. Like we do
Right.
like an environmental track. So those who,
Mm.
are even like majoring in like environmental science, can come and, potentially do a project in that area. And then also one of the biggest aspects about the hackathon is like the presentation aspect, which is like, like the kind of the stereotype about computer science majors is like, we know how to code. We don't know really how to communicate. So I think that's, a huge part of it as well is like presenting. And I think that's something, humanities focused people can also really benefit from is that experience of like presenting a project, which I'm, sure you probably do a lot in your classes.
Yeah.
Like, do presentations. So, there's those two main aspects is like one, you can create, pretty much anything you want, and that can also be humanities focused, whether it's like political science, like English focus, and then two, you have the benefit of like really growing through like learning how to do a presentation on a project, to a panel of judges who are, pretty experienced within the field, can
Right.
give you feedback. Yeah.
I think that's awesome. Sorry. Like, I'm at the moment, I'm kind of just like trying to take in kind of everything you're saying, and also
Yeah.
kind of like trying to figure out how I like. So I'm a clinical psych major,
Yeah.
and so something that I end up wanting to do in the future is research on how like tech is influencing developing minds, and so I'm kind of trying to think like how kind of get into Baroscope, how can maybe like people in like psychology or like those other fields, kind of like poli-sci, like as you were saying, integrate themselves into that field. I think your answer is wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, we also do like we treat our hackathon as like very beginner friendly. Like we understand that while there's people who come to our hackathon from different colleges and are like like 10 hackathons deep,
Right.
like
Wow.
they know the scope, they know what they're getting into. We understand that we also have people who are like for the first time, they're
Here, help!
yeah, so so we also like offer the chance to like attend workshops that are meant to be very beginner friendly and like teaching you an aspect of the
okay.
field that you can potentially put into your project. So
I was just about to ask, like,
Yeah.
what do you say when you see that nervous Nancy or Nelly, and you're like, or what other names start with N?
Nate.
Yeah, when you see a nervous Nelson or a nervous Nate, like, what do you tell that person? Like, it's like, oh, I'm high, like it's my first day here, like, oh, what do I do? Like, what, like as a president, like, and you're coming to this person, you're like, it's gonna be okay. Like, what do you say?
I mean, I think I just say like, there's really no pressure at the hackathon. We're not, pressuring you. At the end of the day, whether or not you had a project, you experienced this hackathon. So there's really no pressure to, complete a project. So all we're asking you is, maybe go to like a workshop or two, talk to a few people, see what they're doing, see how they're experienced the hackathon. And at the end of the day, I mean, as long as you take away one thing, as long as you like learn one thing, then, it's all okay. Like there's no need to be sort of nervous and like, feel the pressure to like complete a project. Cause, at the end of the day, like, whether or not you complete a project. I mean, you've taken something away and you've had the courage to come here and spend 24 hours,
Right.
the entire day at this hackathon. So you already kind of made a huge accomplishment.
You've
And
tried
Yeah,
something.
you've tried something. So all you now need to do is like, just try it out. If you don't feel like you have the time to commit, or you're nervous and you don't really know what you want to kind of accomplish as a project, it's okay.
There's no pressure.
No pressure. Yeah.
I love that.
Right? Like I feel like that's such a wholesome kind of learning
Yes.
experience.
Mhm.
It's like it's all up to you. Like you get out of it what you want to get out of
Yep.
it.
And more
Exactly.
people, I feel like I always do this where I get like really like life based, but like I feel like more people should be taking this approach to their lives in general, where it's
agree.
like I don't need to win max everything or
True.
min max everything in my life
Yeah.
to be like, this has to go perfectly, this has to go perfectly, this has to go perfectly, this has to go. Like sometimes it's just like have the experience,
Be there.
say yes to something that you feel
Yeah.
uncomfortable with, get out there and do it, and then
Yeah.
you can walk away. If you didn't like it, you didn't enjoy it, you can say like, at least I tried, right? Like I tried something new.
Yeah.
And I think so many people are so scared to try new things.
Right? And that's stuff. That's what I was gonna say. I feel like people sometimes just the act of saying yes opens doors that you wouldn't have imagined were going to be open. And like I remember meeting so many people when I participated in the hackathon.
Yeah.
It was kind of nuts. And that actually leads into a question that I had. Like, how does networking kind of play into the hackathon?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. I mean, well, for one, we have like so many people from like different universities, like
Mm.
a lot of people around like the East Coast from different universities
Okay.
come to the hackathon, as well as high schoolers. So that's a big part of
Ooh.
it is, getting the chance to network with other people who have, taken this step to participate in a 24-hour hackathon, getting to learn how maybe their classes work at a different university, getting to learn what they enjoy in computer science and what they find, and getting to learn based off their experience. Like you're in a team-based setting,
Yeah.
you'll network with your teammates and you'll get to like learn from them, and when you guys work together on the project. Another huge aspect is we invite companies out to the hackathon, and that's a pretty big part of like why hackathons are so popular, is
Mm.
because you have those companies come out to there, and we sort of host like our own mini career fair during the hackathon.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, so we usually do that like at the beginning of the hackathon, and we bring out companies, and they sort of network with the students. And I always say I personally prefer it over the big career fair that happens, even though I don't get to the career fair.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd say I think it's just like a more focused environment for them
Right.
to network with these companies, and these companies are seeing students who are willing to come out to this hackathon and willing to put themselves, in an environment that's uncertain,
Right.
and take that step and have the dedication to like work on a project for 24 hours, and they see that. And I think that puts them, puts the students who go to the hackathon in like a huge
spot,
advantage.
yeah.
And they can also talk to the companies about their project, and about what they want to develop. And then the company, obviously can see like they're passionate
Yeah.
about, their major.
That's
and
so cute.
Yeah, no, genuinely.
That's so cute.
Wait, so I'm hearing
Mhm.
that before you go to the hackathon, you should go to the career center
Center.
and get
Get
your
that
resume
resume
checked
checked
out.
Yes. Highly recommend.
Oh my gosh. Wait.
I
we
mean,
ha-
they do take resumes, so
Do they really?
yes.
Dude, this is
Oh.
awesome. I would have never known like any of this information. That's so cool.
Thank you, Madam President. Something we like to do on the podcast is called our career controversy. So we're just gonna ask you this question, and like, no pressure, despite the name. Just answer as you've been doing. You've been doing a great job
Been
so
killing
far.
it.
Thank you.
So, our career controversy for you is: what do you think is the most low-key or unrecognized skill that's super impactful to bring to a hackathon?
Probably the communication.
Really?
Yes, because you're working in teams for 24 hours,
Mhm.
and you have to work together on the project. If you can't
Mhm.
communicate, if you can't tell your teammate like, okay, I'm taking care of this, or like, you know, I can't really take care of this right now. Like,
Right.
and you have such a limited time frame to get this project done that, like, if you miscommunicate or, you know, you just aren't connecting well with your teammates, it's not really going to get done. And then also you have to, the most important thing is like, okay, I can make a project that's, you know, very technically like in depth, like it's a very complex project, it's like very well made, but if I can't communicate what that project's impact is, what that project is trying to do,
Yeah.
like why is, you know, this project a winner, like why is this project like important, like what impact does it have? If I can't communicate that, I'm not getting through to the judges, and you know, I'm not winning. So like that's the second part, is like, you know, like if you can't communicate like why, you know, this matters, like why is this project deserving of being a winner of the hackathon, then you know, I don't think you're gonna really find yourself in a place of like the winner's shoes. So I think communication is, I think a lot of people tend to focus on like the technical skills aspect of it, which is why I didn't really go with that answer. I think that's very like high key aspect of it, is
being
like
able to code in different languages.
Yeah. But I think now with like, you know, it's just like the purpose of the hackathon is to learn new skills and to learn new technical skills and to learn something and to try out like a language that you've never coded in before. So I do think communication is probably one of the most, maybe if not the most important thing to bring to the hackathon.
You can put that on your resume.
Yeah. Dude, I saw a TikTok recently of this lady. She worked at like a big tech company, and she was like, she was a humanities major, which is how it ended up on my TikTok. And she was like, dude, her job, she gets paid stupid money. Like I'm talking like stupid amounts of money. And she's like, her job, she was like, my job is so easy. All I have to do is like she like gets these projects from these comp sci people, and then she literally just explains, like, she presents it in a way that's like, this is why this is important.
Oh, kind of like project management?
Yeah, kind of. But she just basically writes like an essay of like, it's like doing college. She's basically, she gets a project. She's like, this is why this is important. And this is the impact, like basically writing like impact statements. And she gets paid like 6 figures. And I was like, oh my God, I could do that. That sounds awesome. That sounds so awesome. You get paid money. But like communication is genuinely a skill that people are willing to pay so much money for. Because like if the person who's coding the project maybe can't communicate, someone's gonna have to communicate why this project is important. Otherwise, like, why are we funding it and like giving all this money to it and like doing all this R&D, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was interesting.
I didn't know it was like a separate job.
Yeah,
it wasn't her company. I don't know. I can't speak for like industry stuff because like not my industry. But
you give my MCS heart hope.
The MCS majors are employed though. They be getting work.
Actually, yeah. Part of the MCS track is that by the time you graduate, you have to have at least one internship opportunity. So, I mean, go to the hackathon, MCS majors. They want you. They're calling for it.
They need you. They actually need you bad.
They actually do need you bad. I fear we're in like a literacy crisis.
No, people need to know how to summarize ideas in a very like succinct way. And I think that goes to what you were talking about, where like this exists, but why is it important? And I keep running into that issue. I think in not just in like STEM fields, but even in humanities fields, where I'll be talking to a philosopher about something, and or a philosophy student about something, and they'll be like, oh, blah 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 blah, grandiose thought, and then I'll be like, why does that matter? Like to the like everyday lives of like people who have to go to work and like buy milk and eggs for their children. Like why does that matter? And they can't communicate that to you. And I feel like that is like such a important skill that people are missing out on. And so it sounds like to me that Hack UMBC could really like, or hackathons in general could really like get that skill up for people.
Oh yeah. Because like, I mean, you're working on the project for like 24 hours. Like you need to know
the ins and outs.
Like you need to know why you're going to work on this for 24 hours.
Right.
Like, you know, and then at the end of the day, like all that work you need to put together in like a very succinct way to present it to the judges. Like you can't just say like, oh yeah, this is what I did every single hour of the 24
Right.
hours. And, you know,
That's
this
what
is
the
like,
log is for.
I worked so hard. I worked so hard.
Please, please, let me
Just
win.
begging.
Please. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I have kind of a funny question.
Mhm.
So, since the hackathon is happening for like that 24 hours, right? What are the organizers and the leaders doing?
Oh my gosh, yeah. What do you guys
as
do?
people are coding, are you guys up for the 24 hours?
yes, unfortunately. Well, well, I guess, yeah, I mean, we do have people like work night shifts
Okay.
because you know we try to give people breaks so they don't have to stay up the entire 24 hours.
Right.
And I'll admit we probably do like fall asleep around like 2 or 3 a.m. Just because like we cannot.
You guys have been running it too.
Yes,
like you're
yeah.
planning the whole thing. That's a lot of late nights too. So
Yeah.
like going into it, it's not just 24 hours for
No,
you guys.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We set up the night before.
Yeah.
And that takes
Insane.
a couple of hours to do. So I mean, it definitely takes time. And then like in the background, I mean, we largely like check up on like all the participants. So we go like room to room, check up on everybody,
Wow.
make sure they're all doing okay. So
Okay.
like that happens. I mean, we also like have like mini events that like run like those workshops that I mentioned. We also have
Right.
like fun events that run, and we have to like run all of that as well. Like aside from the main hackathon, so we have to like run all over the place setting
Ooh.
up these like events. And then we also have to do like food, so we have to set up food.
I'm getting tired just thinking about it.
Make sure people are energized, make sure people know about the events that are running during the hackathon. So we kind of try to split up organizers in like a way where they like focus on one area of the hackathon and then
Right.
manage that area. So it's a lot of like, little background things while people are working on their projects just to make sure it runs smoothly.
What I'm
Yeah.
hearing is that you guys need like a Dunkin' or like a Monster sponsorship.
Yeah, let's get
So
a coffee month.
We actually do have Red Bull.
Oh my gosh,
At the
bruh.
hackathon, yeah.
Wait.
That's awesome.
Yes, luckily there's someone at UMBC who's actually I think like a Red Bull marketing.
Oh yes,
manager.
I've seen those people on campus. They'll
Yeah.
they'll go around and they'll be like, "Hey, do you want this Red Bull?" And they have like huge like backpacks that have
Yeah,
Red Bull
that's
on
awesome.
it. That's so cool.
Yeah, and then we had also Celsius last hackathon, so we had both of them.
You guys picked the correct. Just for me, you guys picked the correct
correct
choices.
two.
Yes.
Looking back like
Mhm.
on your time, because you've been doing the hackathon for a while.
Yeah. This is gonna be for the hackathon in the fall. That's gonna be my third time organizing the event.
Wow.
So that's a lot of experience.
Yeah.
That's a lot of like
Yeah.
work, like shifting to the personal side. Like
Mhm.
how do you think it's like impacted, like organizing it and like running it has it impacted you in your career as a person?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like in high school, I feel like I was not a person who would like public speaking. Like I was not a confident speaker. I, would largely keep to myself. I did not want to speak in public or like
Right.
do any events where you'd have to like, like read out your like poem or read out your essay in front of the class, like or like raise your hand in class and
Yeah.
do that. But like I feel like coming into college and then joining Hack UMBC and having these opportunities to speak in public and also like speak at meetings and have to like carry myself in a more confident manner, because like
Right.
if you're not confident yourself or if you're not confident in your organization, then that's gonna affect the rest of the organizers and they're
Yeah.
not gonna feel confident about it. So I think definitely one thing I've taken away is like becoming more confident in myself as both like a leader and as just a person in general. Like just being confident in what I have to offer and like what I have to say. Like offering in terms of like ideas and like how to improve our hackathon, and then like speaking like at the hackathon. I have to
Right.
speak at the ceremony, like opening and closing ceremonies in front of like 500 people. If I mess that up, then
Wow.
Ooh.
it shows. So definitely like confidence, I'd say I've taken out of it. And then also like being able to dedicate myself to like the organization for 3 years, I think has
Yes.
shown me like commitment, like having
Wow, yeah.
like you have to commit for like such a long like amount of time, and then you also have to commit for those 24 hours. So I think it definitely teaches you a thing or two about like dedicating yourself to one thing and wanting to improve it.
The locking in of it all.
Yes, yeah.
I didn't even think about, like, I said wow, which might have seemed like overreacting, but like
Yeah.
no, genuinely, like that is like, I didn't think of that. Like when commitment.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is much.
mean, like,
Yes.
I think things are so like fast paced now, and
Yeah.
like you know,
Mhm.
there's like college sometimes is just like in and out. Like you have to like you have like you know a few classes each semester, but they're all different classes. You know, like clubs, you know, meet once per week. You're just in and out constantly, and it feels like it's so like fast paced.
Yeah.
And you know, having the I guess ability to commit yourself to something for like 3 years is like crazy in
Amazing.
college as well.
Dude.
I think right now we're kind of college is like a time where you like explore things and move around a lot, but I think also finding something that you like to do and you know sticking to it for a couple of years, like or maybe all of college, I think is a lesson in itself.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So,
amazing.
That's a
Yeah.
great lesson.
Yeah.
And I want we're coming up on time here, but
Mhm.
I wanted to ask you, like, final parting like words when you are looking at a student who might be interested in doing Hack UMBC and doing a hackathon in general. What are you saying to this person, selling it to them? I think you've done a great job selling it this whole time.
Yeah.
But like if you could bottle the last like 30 minutes into like a sentence or two, like what would you say?
I mean, so this is something I've like when we do like the you know involvement fest.
Yeah.
When we do like the club and we have to convince people.
Yes.
All I
Give us
say,
the pitch.
yeah, every time I just say like, you know, all you have to do is show up and we'll take care of the rest. Like,
Wow.
That's pretty much it.
Ooh.
Curry.
I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, we have the food, we have the snacks, we have the companies, we have the workshops. You know, we have the space. So all you have to do is just show up, and then you'll have, I think, a good time at the end of the day, and you'll learn something at the end of the day for the hackathon.
That's beautiful. I feel like
Wow.
I've learned a lot
Wow.
from our conversation.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say thank you for coming
Yeah, of
on.
course. Thank
Yeah.
you for having me.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
thank you, Izzy, for
Yeah,
co-hosting. This is really
thanks.
fun.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching, guys. Back at home, love each other. Be super joyful if you can. If you can't be super joyful, try and make someone else super joyful. And sometimes that'll help you have a little bit of joy. Like, subscribe if you liked it. Comment things you found interesting. And see you next time.